All right, we here. Running a little late. We're done. Men's. When I Kenny the Greek. But this gives you a time to get in here. Let me go ahead and put that trailer for y'all though.
3, 2, 1.
Yeet. Yeet. You already know what it is. Wait on Kenny, like I said. You know what I mean? Who's so happy? You talking about Taker? Samoa Joe. We're gonna talk about Wrestlemania predictions. Samoa Joe, Briscoes, Taker. What up? What up? Star, who's so happy? I don't know who you're talking about. What up? What up, Star? Waiting on my dog Kenny to get up in here, but y'all get up in here. Let's talk. Y'all watching WrestleMania? Y'all watch Supercard last night? Talk to me. Share it with your friends too, because we got some time. Like I said, we're waiting for Kenny. So share it with your peoples. Get everybody in here. If you're a fan of wrestling, it's a great weekend. Y'all should be in here talking. Let's shoot the shit before WrestleMania. We had Supercard last night. It was fire. We had Impact. That's whatever, but still good wrestling. AEW, obviously, we love AEW here. And WWE tonight and tomorrow. So you already know. Trying to get the cards. What up? What up? If you hear what up, say what up. Don't be a stranger. You don't just come to somebody's house and not say what up. Say what up. Let's go. All right, so night one is Stone Cold, supposedly Charlotte, Ronda, Seth, Becky, Ray, Uso, Drew, New Day. Not really excited about night one. Night two, Brock, Edge, Bro, Bob, Theory. Okay. Night two seems like it's going to be better, obviously. But, as soon as Kenny get here, we'll talk about Taker's legacy. Hopefully we get Joe versus Punk again. Yo, you already know. Punk versus Joe is going to be fire. Fire. I want to see Punk. I want to see, barring injury, I want to see Samoa Joe with a lot of people in AEW. He can have some fire ass matches. What up, Alexander? What up? What up? You watching WrestleMania? Or you just strictly like AEW? Star, what up? You trying to tell me who's so happy? Trying to figure out who happy. No, Andrade didn't break up with Charlotte. Somebody asking me on the chat. Andrade did not break up with Charlotte. They probably either did it for publicity or, dating somebody, break up real quick, get back together should be toxic sometimes. It is what it is. Damn, man, it's told me 15 minutes. Let's go, Kenny. Need my right hand man. But yeah, tell me, y'all watching AEW? What y'all watching? AEW, WWE. Did y'all watch the FTR match last night? FTR versus Briscoes. I get the Beanie Brothers back in. Beanie Brothers back in effect. Talk to me. You in the chat? Talk. Let's go. It's Q&As. Let's go. Let's get it. Pull these cards. Night 1 matchups. So can I get everybody ready? Chat is going off right now. Kenzo the Great. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me out here looking dead in the water.
Nah, man. Fucking laptop need to update. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I did the intro. I pulled up the card for night 1. If this is right, night 1 looked kind of dead, really, but night 2 looked like the wave.
The card I had seen originally, well, not originally, it's always changing over time. Cards have to change, but they took a couple things off the card to put them on SmackDown last night. So I think that's what happened. It was a pretty intense SmackDown as far as like crowd reaction goes. Those people really ready for WrestleMania and Takeover, which is Takeover starting now. So
I didn't watch SmackDown yesterday.
Well, it was pretty lit. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
I didn't even watch the Hall of Fame. I came back and did the recap. Like I legit an hour ago just watched the Taker.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess what do you want to start off with? Taker or Ring of Honor?
Let's start with Taker.
Let's go.
I mean, we knew he was always gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like, there's not a lot of things we could say. We knew this was coming. This is maybe their final way of saying, because if you watch after his retirement, even though they retired him like 3 times after, basically. But if when he was retiring, they had dropped the documentary, and in the documentary he says, I was supposed to retire before, but every time WrestleMania come back up, I get that itch. So them doing it, them trying to say to themselves and to us, okay, yeah, Taker not coming back, because what we say about wrestling retirements, they temporary. So, but this day, not this one.
He said at the end of his speech, he said never say never.
Yeah, I'm telling you, wrestling retirements, bro, they're not real.
Look, this is what I think. Before we dive deeper into Taker, pause is technically he could do a big match type thing, even if it's only WrestleMania, because if you don't take any bumps for that full year, like maybe 4 months before WrestleMania, you start getting into like some shape. Technically, even if it's a match or a cinematic match like AJ and them, you could potentially do WrestleManias.
I don't know. I think it's time to hang it up. He was, getting older. You don't like keep doing that shit to your body, man. He's had a lot of surgeries. I appreciate Taker for all he done. I mean, one of the best characters in wrestling of all time. Never let break kayfabe till he actually was out the game. I can respect all that, but for sure.
And I only think he broke kayfabe because of the internet.
Who is that?
I think he only broke kayfabe because of the internet.
Oh yeah. Well,
I think if the internet wasn't a thing, he would have probably stayed in character as long as he could have.
maybe.
So you want him to ride off in the sunset? That's all, fam.
Yeah, we seen. I mean, I don't think if you had asked me like when I was really watching Taker and no one was even thinking about his retirement, if you told me AJ, and I knew who AJ Styles was by that time, around that time, and you told me AJ Styles would have retired him, and you told me it would have been that match, I'd have been like, maybe that's not the way he should go out. But we've already gotten it. The match was pretty good as far as cinematic and just overall, it was a pretty good match. So I say we take it and run because we saw what happened when Sean came out of retirement. We don't need that happening to Taker too.
So why you just bring the Sean slander here? B?
It's not slander. We saw what happened.
Yeah,
he regretted it.
It was so bad.
And I'm pretty sure Sean, he's had worse injuries, but he hasn't had as many injuries as Taker. So,
oh my god, it was so bad. And it was 4 legends.
I'm saying.
Yeah, that was bad. Didn't everybody get hurt? Like Triple H got hurt, HBK got hurt. Fucking Kane's mask fell off.
Yeah, it was not good.
But that's also because probably they weren't working. They just hopped right into the match. Like, we got this. But yeah. Yo, man, Taker's been around for 3 decades, bro.
Long time. Nice.
That's like my whole wrestling childhood.
Long time.
Like, legit, when I started to right now, Taker's been involved.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. This boy's been in the game a long time. That's why I tell you. I mean, it's okay to leave. Everyone, Terry Funk. Everybody can't be doing that. He shouldn't be doing it, but definitely everyone can't be doing that.
All right, so let me ask you a question. How you feel about? I feel like it messed up the moment. I understand where she came from, but how you feel about Foley's daughter saying what she said? Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear it. What was it?
She basically wrote on Twitter, even though the speech was great, she felt slighted because he didn't mention her dad.
Interesting. It's weird for me. I don't know why she's so talked about. Like, if you hit the hashtags and you look in our wrestling Twitter, like, her opinions held a lot of weight. Like, I don't get it. I mean, yeah, your dad's great, but
because she's attractive.
I mean, I guess, but she ain't a wrestler. Like,
I get it, but it's an attractive daughter of one of the greats.
Yeah, so every time I guess I can see why she was offended. This is her dad. You always want him to get his shine.
Yeah, they had great matches. And we don't do the sexism here because I got 2 daughters. But let's be clear. If she wasn't good looking, nobody would be talking about what she said.
Also, I mean, that's like, we can say every word we want about, women's wrestling advancing and all that stuff in the ring, but about 25% of wrestling, as far as women go, still is about attractiveness. Like,
yeah. Because even when they posted what she said, they had to post her in her bikini or wearing something sexy. They couldn't just post her face and said that she had issues. Yeah. So, man, Taker. I think we'll have to do like a separate episode, maybe get a couple more people or whatever, and talk about the impact of Taker. But
I'm down for it.
Man, it really is the end of an era. Oh
yeah, I seen that somebody posted that on Twitter. It was take her out of there. Sean, Triple H, and who was the 4th person in there? It wasn't Kane. It was somebody else. They were saying, all 4 are officially retired, so they're out of there. So you know what it is now. And they all gone.
Well, the picture I posted was all 3 because that was actually the end of the era. I don't know who would the 4th be.
I saw one with 4.
Batista?
Nah, it wasn't Batista. I'm not going to go for it right now.
Yeah. Who the hell just recently retired that it would be 4? That's crazy. But yeah, damn, son, like I feel, and then, this will be a separate. A part of me is sad because, like, unless WWE changes, like, I won't really remember anything WWE moving forward. Because there's no supposedly new stars that I look forward to watching. Besides, like, the obvious Bianca and maybe.
Yeah, it's just this. I don't want to say it because I think it's crazy because we're still in the target audience as far as age wise, but they clearly got to be the age of the average viewer is increasing instead of decreasing because they're not engaging new fans because they're not building stars like we keep saying. So I don't know. I watched SmackDown last night. It was pretty good, but again, they lost me as a week by week viewer quite a while ago, so can't really speak on the subject too much as far as who else they gonna build. Because I know people still like NXT, even the 2.0, even though, but it is what it is.
I mean, because they're having the makeout sessions, they like that.
I don't know, bro. I don't watch NXT. I don't know what they got going on.
Me neither. I just literally see pictures of Nikita and then just throw it up there. Somebody said on the comments on YouTube, WWE Hall of Fame is fake, so why are people so mad? Because people are going to be mad at everything, bro. They're toxic.
Yes, that's kind of how this works. No matter what is said, some contingent of people will
Son,
be.
I told you, I legitimately get hate on every picture I post in the community tab, no matter what it is. If I post a picture of legends, why didn't you put what's his face in it? What happened to what's his face? If I post a picture of a woman, she ain't all that. She be getting mad props for no reason. She look old. I posted a picture of Andrade and Charlotte like recently, like an hour ago, just to show, yo, these two were both at the Hall of Fame. I've got like 4 or 5 comments that said Charlotte looks old. Charlotte looks like she had plastic surgery. I'm like, bro, like y'all crazy.
Again, and that's a bad place, but I do think wrestling fans are particularly worse because again, I watch a lot of soccer. If you go on Twitter during some of those games, these people are pretty toxic. But there's something special about wrestling Twitter, bro. It's just the internet is just disgusting sometimes, and you gotta learn to roll with the punches. To get it is what it is.
So let's transition. Briscoes versus FTR.
So I see some discord about this on Twitter. People talking, oh, Briscoes got screwed by Tony and all this. I'm like, first of all, y'all know somebody got to lose. Like that's how these matches work. I mean, yeah, we've seen a couple draws and they expanded the story, but you got to think about a couple things here. AEW now owns Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor still will be its own entity. The FTR have held every belt. Remember, they had the Lucha belts not too long ago. They've held every tag team belt possible now. Like, they are going for GOAT status as far as tag teams go. Why not come and win this one? I don't think the Briscoes have that longevity. And like they're not gonna be around as long as FTR.
You said Briscoe's gonna take that win. They already lost. It was last night.
I don't know. They didn't see that Supercard honor last night, but yeah,
they lost last night. They lost the belts. I can see both views. I'll start with the first view that you're talking about. I can see when they say Tony screwed him because, as far as I know, all of AEW talent won last night. Like as far as belt wise, as far as I know, except for Jonathan, but I don't think that was a match. But I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I didn't really watch it. But from what I saw, I know the new women's champion is Mercedes. So, AEW talent took like the majority of the belts. So I could see it from that standpoint. But then, if you've been watching the Briscoes, they haven't lost in how long?
Very true.
Like they've literally went everywhere recently and beat everyone and took every belt. So you're not going to Goldberg.
Yeah, because now they've killed everyone. When do you beat them? How do you tell the story efficiently and all that? Unless they got a secret new tag team they about to build of 2 next superstars in the tag team world. But
the feud that they're going to do, which I'm gathering you didn't watch it, is the Young Bucks came out and pretty much jumped the Briscoes.
Well, no, I know that now, but I'm saying like they've already killed everyone, so people gonna complain again. We've already established people gonna complain either way. But if you gave the Young Bucks is the only team to beat them, oh boy, we would never hear the end of it.
Oh, of course. And then if they would have won anyway, then where's the feud? Like, what's the reason for FTR to fight them again? Doesn't matter. Like, they lost. Like, that's it. It's over. So now you can continue that feud. The big pop of the night, Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah, and I seen the WWE takes already. AEW keeps signing these WWE. Bro, this man is a TNA Ring of Honor legend. Please, y'all can throw those takes away right now.
You know why I hate that? I mean, we talked about it over and over.
We ain't got to go over that old ground again. I was just papering over the cracks in case people didn't know who Western. I watched Samoa Joe on TNA, and I know, and I seen some clips. I wasn't watching Ring of Honor live or anything, but I seen the YouTube clips of him in Ring of Honor. Pretty good. Somebody already commented. They said, hopefully we get Joe versus Punk again. They can run it back. I don't know if it'd be as good, but a lot of story to be told there, or they could mentor two crews. Got all these factions in AEW already. There's a lot of ways we could tell that story. And again, I think Samoa Joe, he still got a little bit in him. He say he want to keep going. We wanted to see him. We've wanted to see him for a long time when he was on that desk. He's not on the desk anymore. And AEW got Ring of Honor, so maybe they'll keep him only on Ring of Honor. But yeah, they said to see you on Wednesday, but y'all know how they're gonna separate it. We got a lot of options.
So when you lose a job, do you expect to never work again?
I'm saying, like,
that's one. Two, you're not going back to WWE because you got fired and laid off. So that's not a possibility. So you want my man to starve. That's two. Three, WWE at one point had everybody. So obviously they're gonna go other places because they had everybody.
Yeah, because MJF never been on WWE, but he's a WWE reject, technically speaking. If you want to be like, we could do this all day.
MJF,
all these people had tryouts at WWE. We can't keep saying this narrative. It makes no sense. Hey, but I will say real quick, since you didn't see SmackDown, the crowd is up for it. WrestleMania, and energy is a big part of it for me. And we already know, WWE pumps in sound on, but if the crowd, like, I know,
we know I'm a big crowd person.
I know you are because you slandered Impact for it all the time. But like, when you get in there, if you look, I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's Cowboy Stadium, but when things happen down there, and I see a lot of people flying in, all types of all the rest of the people. So it's like, I think you said night one a little thin, but I think night one gonna be jumping. And I don't remember if Seth's matches on night one or night two, but that's surprise. A lot of people saying other stuff. I think that's gonna be important.
It's on night one.
Yeah.
No, all jokes aside, Texas Stadium was the perfect place for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Star-studded. I guess let's just go straight into predictions and night one matches. So I see Stone Cold KO.
I thought, it's funny because again, not keeping up all the time. I'm okay to admit that. Did it at one point? It came out that they weren't actually going to wrestle. It was just so now they're actually wrestling.
No, it's still going to be sending a show.
What?
It's like a KO show.
It's a KO show.
So Stone Cold's going to come out.
Wait. All this time I could be complaining about. Honestly, for a long time, all I could watch was like Miz TV, and even then they started doing that shit too much. They just started doing for inane things. But the amount of talk shows we used to see, again, not watching, like on Raw and SmackDown, they go put a talk show on WrestleMania. Oh, they go in the wrong direction. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so basically, KO's gonna come. He's gonna talk shit about Texas. Stone Cold will come out.
That's what he's been doing this whole time already. So I don't understand.
Hit him with a stunner. Done.
That's insane.
Those situation. He was fired by the main brand. Triple H brought him back to NXT. H gets sick and everyone loyal. Yeah, he said that in the post interview with Tony Khan. That basically the two people. Well, there was a 3-man team. It was Regal, him, and Hunter. And when Regal left and Hunter got sick, then he pretty much saw it was writing on the wall that he was going to be on his way out.
Yeah, makes sense.
But, I mean, WWE was going to keep him behind the desk anyway, so at least we get to see a couple more runs. Hopefully he's healthy like he said. He said he got to actually rest and get medical help, so hopefully we'll get some great matches because he's a great heel. So
yeah, Samoa. He a monster heel, great one. Love Samoa Joe.
All right, so we already know Stone Cold KO is gonna be a joke. It's supposed to close the night.
It's gonna close the night?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the main event.
Vince used to always say he's supposed to send the people home happy. Oh my God.
Well, I think
or at least wanted more.
I think a Stone Cold Stunner drinking beers is gonna send everybody happy in Texas.
We'll see. I mean, maybe I'm tripping. Then again, when you're in the arena, some shit just make you pop even if you don't want to pop for it.
I think once they see Stone Cold, that's it.
Yeah, the neck last break. Ain't no getting around it.
These are in no particular order, I believe. Charlotte versus Ronda.
I'm gonna go Ronda.
Oh my god.
We're not talking about what we want. We're talking about what we think gonna happen. I don't want it, but that's why I think the direction they're gonna go.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte, but you're probably right. They probably want Ronda to have a nice little reign.
Yep. They brought her back. I mean, that's what I expect. I'm just saying.
But we keep it real, so I'm still gonna go for Charlotte. So
You ain't wrong for it.
Becky versus Bianca. That's a toss up. I don't know what they want to do. The only thing is, I think I heard who did I hear say? I think Vince Russo said it. Vince, if you're ever on the show, I believe that you believe in being real, so I'm gonna be real. I don't listen to a lot of stuff you say because sometimes I don't know what you're talking about. But I do agree with what you said that I think Becky had said something about she's not really worried about wrestling anymore. She's worried more about being a mom. And I think yes, that could have rubbed Vince wrong. So I could see a title change.
I don't know. I think maybe it's a time where we're seeing the four horsewoman taking a different direction. Because like a lot of people waiting for Betty to come back. Sasha's in the tag team. So I think they're all not in the place we used to seeing them. And I'm not again, maybe Becky does want to be a mom if it is power to her. But I also could see them seeing Bianca as more of the future. Just the way they try to book her sometimes. They don't always do the best job of it, but that's the way they was laying it out for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right when they say it's a toss up, but I could see Bianca winning more often than I see Becky.
No, I do see Bianca as the future, but it's how you're going to book her if she wins because the first go around was horrible. But
hasn't improved since that first go around.
Yeah, so I'll go with Bianca, but then if it don't go right, you're going to take it right back off her?
I mean, it didn't go wrong because of her, so I mean,
No, it wasn't her. Yeah, the booking was horrible. So yeah, so I guess we both say Bianca. A match that I really don't give a shit about, but I love the Miz, Ray, and Dominic versus Miz and Logan.
Say again, what?
The Mysterios versus Logan Paul and Miz.
We gotta do that part. We can skip this. I'm not like.
Well, you know what? Since Miz took off Ray's mask, I think the Mysterios are gonna win.
But the celebrities usually win though, and
that's what I thought. But the fact that he's already like disrespected him, it would be get back. A match that to me is another one that makes no sense. Usos versus Shinsuke and Rick. Skip. That's funny.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna go Usos because they should win. I just don't see how Rick moves. Like you can tell more stories now. I mean, they're not really focused on tag team belts, but you just do more with the Usos than you can do with Rick Boogs and Shinsuke. They can't book Shinsuke with a belt on him anyway. He was Intercontinental Champion, and we forgot.
Like Shinsuke and
champion. How many last night? Fucking Ricochet versus both. It was the most paper thin match. Like you could see what was gonna happen. That the Tharios was gonna switch on each other, and then Ricochet's gonna come in and get the win. But I think there's a better way to tell that story. I don't know.
The Spanish boys already broke up.
Yeah, Angel Garza turned heel on last night.
So they built the tag team up to break them up. So basically, they use tag teams to start singles runs.
Bro, if you think I can explain WWE tag teams, well, I might as well tell you I'm a rocket scientist.
Oh my god! Well, I'm gonna go Usos because it makes sense. Shinsuke and Rick together makes no sense. Another one which is a waste to me, and he fell so far down the card is Drew versus Happy Corbin.
I don't know if it's more confusing to me that this feud is still going on because this was a Royal Rumble match, or that Drew is really this is where he is on the card right now. We talked about him having a good run, not getting the crowd that he deserved because it was during the pandemic. He should get the run with it after a run with another belt, something. on top of the card, something. And this is what he's doing. This feud for 3 months. This is insane. I gotta say for him to win it, because if he don't win it, if he lose this, where are you going on the card from here? Gone?
You know that
Drew McIntyre to AEW, not because I don't like Drew McIntyre, but I'm tired of everyone at AEW discourse. I'm sick of it. So,
you know they love Corbin.
I mean, they do. And for a long time, Corbin was that gateway heel. If you got to face Corbin, you knew they was trying to see what they could do with you. And you know, I can respect Corbin a little bit for what he's done, but Jesus, he's again the gateway heel. He's always gonna be there. Like, you don't need to be giving him wins over Drew McIntyre. So
this is why I said the card doesn't look that good. New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge.
You didn't read the whole thing with Butch. That's Pete Dunne's new name. He's with Rich Holland. Yeah, you got to say the whole thing, because it puts you in perspective of where we are in this day and age. I don't know. I don't know which one of these teams they actually like more. Yes, New Day is the big money maker. We know that all the time, but it's like, how well have they been booked lately? You know? So I don't know. I really don't. I feel like when I read this card the other day, I was more positive about it than now as we go through it one by one.
There's
a lot more positive, I promise.
Like, I'm looking at it, there's only 2 matches that I might watch. Well, I mean, I'm going to watch the whole thing, obviously, for content, but that I'm going to be invested in is Becky, Bianca, Charlotte, Ronda. Then the last one that we're going to get to in a second, but Stone Cold, obviously, just to see Stone Cold. But then the last one, because obviously this is the main speculation one, is Seth versus Shane McMahon. It's going to be either Shane or Elias.
Bro,
somebody said Veer.
If it's Veer or Elias, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm sorry. This is unacceptable. Yeah, I think the Cody thing's out of the water now. I think we've all given up on that possibility. But I mean, it's Seth Rollins anyway. So I mean, it's not a lot of people they're gonna bring out that I'm be like, oh no, this match is gonna suck. But how good is the surprise gonna be is what I'm concerned about. Is why I'm saying it gotta be certain pop.
There's only one pop, Shane.
Fair point. But I mean, again, WWE has told a surprise before, and it wasn't really like a surprise. It was just like, oh, really?
If it's not Cody, it has to be Shane.
I can see it, but again,
people are going to be pissed if it's Veer. They're going to be pissed if it's Elias.
If it's Veer, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm not even as invested as I used to be, and I'm going to lose my shit. That shit is crazy.
Like, I already see what it is. Like, Vince knows what people want. So it became a mysterious match on purpose. So you tune in. Period.
Yeah, that's an idea. I know that's what they're trying to do.
Someone said, and this is our segment that we need to make a segment one day. We don't give that much faith into WWE, but someone said they could do damn, I forgot the example they gave. It was a good example, but it'd be the same example to where Shane comes out. It's not really Shane, and then Cody comes.
That'd be fire.
It would be super fire, but again, we don't have faith in.
Here comes the money, and then the fireworks go off the way Cody's does. And like, wait, what? Time out. Shane don't have those are fireworks, and then Cody comes. That'd be lit.
I mean, legit. Shane comes in. Seth gets rid of him quick. People are like, "Oh, that's all," and then you hear
no.
Then you hear the smoke and mirrors.
That'd be fire, but
we don't have faith in them like that. Like they're not that good at that. I want to believe them because if the rumor is true, supposedly that Nick Khan is giving everybody their rights back, which is cool. That's dope. Then maybe WWE is turning for the better again, but I don't have faith in that too.
You know, part of why I still watch wrestling is for when we say shit like, "Oh, this can happen, this can happen." No, it's not gonna happen because sometimes that shit is so entertaining by itself. But yeah, you know, I still watch wrestling. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's crazy. Terrible.
Cool. All right, so take your guess. Who's it gonna be?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I want it to be Cody, but I doubt it is. I could see it being Shane. Hopefully, it's not Veer or Elias. But who I think is gonna be, yeah, it's probably Shane. Shane is the biggest guest. It's the most on brand. He got to be at WrestleMania to jump off something crazy.
I want to know why WWE has to announce everything. Like they're the one that went on the tour of Shane is back in Texas.
I don't know.
We didn't have to know. Then we would have still been thinking, oh shit, Cody, 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 Cody. So then when we got disappointed that it wasn't Cody and we heard, here comes the money, then we would have still been like, oh shit, it's Shane though.
I don't know.
Because even though Shane is Shane, you still pop when you see Shane.
It's facts.
Because you know the music is fire and you know he's definitely putting his 100 into it and you know he's going to take a crazy ass bump. Man's almost got concussed. I forgot who he fought.
I definitely saw a match where he got concussed, and I don't care if they say he didn't. Shane was out of there. Before we get to that,
was it Roman that he took a spear from? Got concussed?
Yes, I think it was.
Mm.
I think it was because he had run his stupid ass trash can out, and then he got speared through it. Yeah, it was. I don't know. There's again, when we went to this card the first time, I was a lot more positive. Like, this is insane.
That's night one. So night two is more popping to me. So I'll do the big one for me last. Pause. I'm not really invested in this match, but I think every woman in here is fire. So Zelina, Carmella versus Sasha Banks, Naomi versus Rhea Ripley, Liv versus Natalya and Shayna.
Bro, you just read like the biggest like list of disappointment. Like, why? Like, you might as well give them on a tag team division, but all tag team division, women's, men's, Raw, SmackDown, whatever way you want to look at it. Just scrap the whole idea. They don't do it correctly. They don't care about it. Stop acting like you care about it.
You know how fire these tag teams will be?
You know, but look at all those talented women. Those could be those could be like. So, just put them back in the singles competition and beef up the women's division and do it correctly, because you can't be in a women's tag team and apparently in a singles division, because I mean they could better do that with the men. Like, if you in a tag team, you in a tag team. You're not a singles competitor all of a sudden. Like,
all right, so do like AEW. Take away the tag team and just give them a secondary title and go.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. I mean, yeah, they're not booking it. So
who you got? I don't really know who's gonna win this. I'll go with Sasha and Naomi.
Yeah, I don't know who, like, based on booking, like the patterns. Again, I did see this on SmackDown last night, but again, there's no. See, now I can't say Sasha and Naomi because they won last night. So the way they usually do things is if you win on TV, you don't win on a pay-per-view. So maybe Rhea and Liv. I don't know. That's how I'm fuck it.
It'll be a good push. The next three matches are I don't care. Johnny versus Sammy.
Johnny Knox versus Sami Zayn. Oh, you don't like Sami Zayn, but I do. With Johnny Knox as a celebrity, so he's probably gonna do some crazy shit. Sammy's gonna continue talking about how he's getting screwed. You know. So let's go Johnny Knoxville. I like Sami Zayn, but this is not really the match I'm gonna talk about. So
I like short hair Sammy. I go with Johnny. I have grown to respect him. I like his opponent, McAfee versus Theory.
Well, yeah. So we already talked about how Theory's out getting that push. We've seen it. He's with Vince now. Like, you see, if again SmackDown last night, Pat McAfee was looking for Theory. He heard he was somewhere. He knocked the door down because kicking is his thing because he's a punter. And instead of Theory came out, but he came out with Vince. Vince is in front of him yelling at Pat McAfee and shit. So you can see he's still getting that rub from Vince. So I'm gonna go with Pat. I'm gonna go Theory because this is the way it's looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Theory too.
They can embarrass their commentator. They're not gonna embarrass their future star, I guess.
Oh, trust me, they can embarrass people that they shouldn't. But
that's also true.
But I'm gonna go with Theory. I don't even want to say it. It hurts me to say it. Amos versus Bob Lashley.
Oh yes, I forgot this was here. Jesus,
man was a dominant champion fighting almost.
Oh, look what happened to Drew and Bobby at the same time.
No, but we could do more arguing about Bobby. Bobby was a dominant champion.
He was,
and he was struggling to fight almost.
Yeah, I don't care for this match at all.
Yeah, me either. Skip. Arcade Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Why they made it a triple threat, I don't know, but I want to say. Let me go first. I'm gonna say just because I want to get this little thing out real quick and see. I think Randy has been showing Riddle so much love that maybe a heel turn is coming from Riddle. That happens and Street Profits win, or Street Profits win, and then the heel turn comes from Riddle.
I'm gonna go similar but different. I think the heel turn does happen in this match, but I think they give it to Alpha Academy instead of Street Profits.
Oh my god, I hate them.
I know you do, but
they gotta push Street Profits eventually because if they don't, they need to break them up, fire Buddy, and just push Montez.
not fire him.
Well, okay, not fire because I don't want him not to have a job. But do you see any promise in him?
No, Montez obviously the star of the two.
Yeah, no shade. Do you see him being any kind of world champ?
No,
because the secondary belts don't matter.
Yeah, I don't see Dawkins doing it. I don't even see him getting the secondary belts, to be honest. I don't see it. I mean, it's possible that they give belts to anybody here, basically, but I don't see it.
Yeah. All right. Damn, I don't think we pretty much. Okay, no, we did. I was gonna say we haven't agreed on anything, but yeah, the ones that make sense we do. Match of the night, I think. Edge versus AJ. Barring anyone gets injured, I think it's gonna be the match of the night. Edge versus AJ.
You think that's gonna be match of the night?
Oh yeah. Like I said, barring no one gets injured. If they go, oh, it's still in the show.
Yeah, they still got a lot of stuff to show in the ring, and it's not a match we've seen 10,000 times, so I look forward to it.
Think about it. I just told you the tag team. That's not going to steal the show. Bob and almost isn't. Pat and Austin Theory. No disrespect to Pat's work, but it's not. Johnny's definitely not. The women's tag team is definitely not. So all that's left is Edge and then Roman. So they got to steal the show.
Yeah.
Although I was surprised with Roman and Seth. That was a really great match.
I don't know. I think Theory is still a good wrestler, even though
No, I remember I told you he was supposed to get that Cena push a long time ago.
Yeah, so I don't know. They probably because Pat McAfee had a good match with Adam Cole. Now we're gonna see how much of that was.
Still haven't watched it.
You are tripping. That was a good match.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I just got on the Pat bandwagon. So
yeah. So let's see how. I mean, I don't know. Let's see if he was getting carried. Because if he wasn't getting carried, then this could be a match. But if he was getting carried, I don't think Theory could carry him the way an Adam Cole can. So we're gonna find out.
Who got Edge or AJ?
AJ.
What are you talking about? Jeff Hardy Willow, son. We're not even AEW. Shout out Jeff. You said AJ?
Yeah.
No, Edge has lost 2 in a row, I think. And there's a rumor that Edge is starting to heel stable.
Oh yeah? I don't know. Again,
I'm gonna go Edge.
These are we got. I don't know. Yeah.
You want to hear who one of the rumors that's going to be in the stable? Which I guess I could kind of see it if they go like sort of brutish, but it still throws me off. Damian Priest.
So Damian Priest, Edge, and who else?
I don't know. They just only name they threw out was Damian.
I mean, I guess is it heel stable?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can see it.
All right, I'm gonna go Edge. You go AJ. Last match, winner takes all. Obviously, I think this can go either way, but I'll let you go first, and then I'll tell you who I think.
I think Brock takes it.
Really?
It can go either way. I agree with that, but I think Brock takes it. Roman's reign was really good, but they got to stop someplace.
I think Vince loves him so much that he's going to do exactly what Roman said in his Evil episode. I have all the power. He said I legitimately gave these guys a year to take over, and no one did. I think Vince would still. I think this solidifies his dominance, so he wins.
That's fair.
Unless another segment of we don't give WWE credit. The Rock interferes.
Oh, this is the thing I wanted to say in between the nights. So I seen the thing. It said, "Well, Stone Cold is showing up on night one," but they said, "What if this is?" I guess this was done a while ago because what if Stone Cold shows up on night one and The Rock shows up on night two, and then it's like that real end of the era since we got from what we got from the Hall of Fame. I was like, that'll be interesting. Again, they said they want to do Rock next year. I guess that's how you get there. But the fact that they were able to do this before with The Rock and Cena, maybe they have some credit still in the bank they deserve to be able to drag out for a year. But they haven't done something like that in a long time, so I don't want to give them too much credit either.
To me, I tell you that would be the fire way to build up Roman and The Rock. Because obviously we already know Rock is amazing on social media because that's all he does.
Yeah.
But Roman has been a really good heel on social media.
Oh yeah. Being in the gym working out, talking shit about Jimmy and shit. Yeah.
So the pop shit for a year about who was in charge of the family and talk shit about I brought you on the movie set, like, you know, like I threw you a bone. Like, you know, like your whole character is me now. Like that could be crazy.
That'd be insane.
That'd be like some super alpha male shit.
They could do that. I mean, see, at that point,
I could believe The Rock and Roman.
WWE doesn't even have to do much. So either they're gonna be like, oh man, all bets, we don't even gotta do all of the work. It's gonna be easy, or they're gonna be like, oh, this is outside of our control. We don't like things that we're not controlling, so we're not doing it. It can go either way, but that'd be dope. I hope fingers crossed and all that shit, but don't hold your breath.
If it doesn't happen, then Roman has to win. Well, it doesn't have to, but it just solidifies him. He's crossed Edge, crossed AJ, crossed Bryan Danielson, crossed John. Like he would have to cross Brock, and then and Goldberg. And then it's over. He's the dominant champion of all time. Then you can take the belt from whatever, or that potentially builds the next rub. Like, okay, this guy's unstoppable. So who are we gonna give it to? Austin Theory, Braun Breaker? Like who's gonna take it from Roman?
Braun Breaker. Should probably check on him and you should have seen the you know the bookie actually puts wrestling stuff on there. I don't know why anybody puts money on that stuff, but the odds on Braun Breaker winning were like he was such a clear favorite. It was like 1,700, and then for Ziggler to retain, it was like 250. I was like, God damn.
I want Ziggler to win,
bro. He doesn't fit the image of NXT. They got it. They're gonna bid him.
Well, apparently, he doesn't fit with the main roster either.
Well, he never did that. So, I mean,
the best thing he had was when he won from Alberto Del Rio. That pop was crazy. And Dirty Dogs was actually a pretty good tag team.
In a lackluster division, though, so that fucked them.
All right, so you said you got Brock?
Yep.
I got my cousin Roman.
Not surprised.
Gotta hold down the family. We're here. So I will eventually do this. Order our Wrestling Behind the Curtain belt. Full disclosure, I totally forgot about WrestleMania because I don't watch WWE. Because I wanted to have it for this prediction so I could be like, this is what we got, player. But, shit slipped away. And I was like, oh, shit, WrestleMania next week?
Yeah, that shit came up on me fast, low key.
But yeah, at some point I will display that amazing belt that we have put forth. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like, what time to start? What, 6? 4?
6.
NXT's right now, right?
Yeah, it started at 1. But that might have been the pre-show. I'm not sure. I was watching soccer earlier, so I ain't double check.
So imagine, I mean, I think we could maybe do it one day, but imagine us doing a live watch WrestleMania. That shit would be all day.
That should be long. I can't believe people going to fucking Stand of the Villa and WrestleMania. Those people are going to be dead for night 2. Night 2. That's probably why night 2's cards are better. Not just the second night, because I think in the first 2 night WrestleMania, the first night was better, but people still went to the second night because you already got tickets and you hype all that. But like this one, like that second night got to be better than the first night because that first night they're gonna be tired anyway. Give them something to come back for.
You're doing the Hall of Fame, Stand Deliver, night 1, night 2.
Well, no, at least the Hall of Fame is the day before. Stand Deliver and night 1 of WrestleMania are the same day. They both today.
You got to be a diehard. Like, I can't be around that many people.
It's not like you at home where you can roll over, start it once it's about to start, or start on the delay. Nah. You got to work getting your seat.
So your phone going to die.
Facts, 100%.
Like my phone would die at AEW Rampage. Like we talking about 12 hours at a wrestling show.
I mean, again, yeah, because remember they had a WrestleMania that was 8 hours. I'm sure a lot of people's phone was dead.
I'm not gonna lie. One day, hopefully, after you subscribers do what you do, we should definitely hit a live WrestleMania, but it's got to be like a fire location.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if it go back to New York, you know what I mean, or Miami, maybe because it ain't that far for you. That would be fire. Like I would have loved to do it in Texas because that stadium was fire.
Next year is Hollywood. I don't know where it is after that.
I don't know, son. If it's in Hollywood and Roman versus Rock is on the card, I don't know, son. We might have to go check that out.
Might have to for real.
But yeah, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, son. I guess that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back. What is it? Unless something groundbreaking happens, like Bray Wyatt since he's in WrestleCon in Texas.
Well, I mean, it's funny. A lot of people is like, "Oh, Bray Wyatt." And you did your opinion, but I know you had that video up. But the fact that people thought, "Oh, maybe that's the point," I'm like, what? Please. I probably flip my shit if that happened, but that ain't happening.
I mean, anything is possible, but it would just be crazy the way his mind is for him to go back to WWE. But again, I've seen crazier, like Scott Steiner is in the Hall of Fame.
True. Very true.
Crazy things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would lose my shit if I see let him in. That shit would be crazy. That alone would take away WrestleMania right there for me. Niggas, they'd be like Cody who?
Facts.
But all right. Yeah, like I said, so if anything crazy happens, we will be back on Monday. Well, we won't be back, but we'll be back to our normal shit on Monday. Talking about what we talk about. Unless something crazy happens, then you might see us tomorrow, but that's highly unlikely. But you already know. Subscribe, like, comment. Make sure you come to the lives when we say that we're going to be live, so you guys can have conversations with us, converse, and let's get it in. We all wrestling fans. It doesn't have to be toxic all the time. So you already know. Subscribe. Be yourself.
Share.
Definitely share.